June 4th, 2010 is a very special day for Sprint owners like me. The release of the HTC Evo 4G by Sprint came out on that day, just a few days ago today of this review, and it is supposed to be an iPhone killer. A lot of phones have been marketed that way for a while now. Nothing really has been able to beat the very well-rooted market of the Apple's iPhone. Just because, everybody's familiar with that thing. It's been out for years, but it is getting old now, and their hardware updates aren't usually that big. So I would believe that this phone actually is in many ways better than Apple's iPhone. It's hard to say yet. It just came out if it's going to really be better, but hardware-wise and usability and stuff, I'd say it is better. I'll get into that in a second, but right now I just wanted to show you or compare a couple different devices. This is my old phone, the Samsung Instinct, original model, Sony PSP Go, iPod Touch second generation, and then here we have the Evo itself. I just wanted to show you first off screen size. The Instinct is a 3.1 inch screen. The PSP Go is a 3.8 inch screen. iPod Touch or iPhone is a 3.5 inch, and the Evo is a whopping 4.3 inch screen. To date, that is the biggest cell phone screen there is, as far as I know. I think there are a few phones out there that are the same, but nothing is over that. So 4.3 inch screen, it's very nice. In terms of size, the phone is a big phone, and people will tell you that it's not a deal breaker. In my opinion, it can be. It's got a little weight to it, and it is, as you can see, obviously I just said, it's bigger. Obviously on my old phone it is much bigger, and you might think when you go to the store and you look at it and you might think, oh, it's not a big deal, but when you walk around with it in your pocket for a while, and especially if you're a girl or something, it's not going to fit in your pocket. Now I got big pockets, but it's still, I think I just have to get used to it, but you notice it in your pockets. It's not like you're just walking around and you forget about the phone. You notice that weight, you notice it in there. But again, I think I just have to get used to that. We'll see in the future, but for now it is a noticeable difference. However, you are getting a bigger screen with that, so it's really just your preference, I guess. It's just kind of the one thing, when you look at it in the store, you look at it online, it's one thing you can't really, get a feel for, is what it feels like in your pocket. So we'll just go with the Samsung Instinct and the Evo. You got it's a lot bigger. The PSP Go, it's almost sort of the same size as the PSP Go, actually. Of course, the screen is much bigger, but yeah. iPod Touch, much thinner, much smaller. But yeah, so this is the Evo itself. I have a screen protector on there that's glare whatever, something glare proof and sort of fingerprint proof. It is a very nice phone, very fun to use, very fast. Got a 1 gigahertz processor. My Samsung Instinct has a 200 megahertz processor. iPod Touch has I think it's like 600 megahertz, and 1000 megahertz equals 1 gigahertz. So this is, this is about the processor speed of maybe a netbook almost. A netbook's a little more powerful, but that's what you're getting. And the same processor is also the iPad, 1 gigahertz. Specifically, this is a 1 gigahertz Snapdragon microprocessor for cell phones. Yeah, and then I guess we'll review just the hardware right now. We got, as you can see, I'll just put that in the macro. We got the home button, menu button, back button, and a search button. So the phone is big enough to support 4 buttons on here, which is really nice. You got your 4.3 inch screen on the top here, HTC Sprint. You got a 1.3 megapixel front-facing camera, and in here are sensors to detect you can't see them, they're hidden, but detect the lightness, so your screen will automatically adjust. If it's bright, it'll get more. If it's bright outside, the screen will get brighter. If it's dark, it'll get dimmer. I don't know if that also has to do with face detection. When you put this up to your face, when you're in a phone call, like the iPhone, the screen will turn off, so you can't. It'll save battery power, and you can't like hang up with your face or whatever. Here we got the speaker grill, which has a light right here when you get a message and when it's charging. Up top here we have the power button or sleep wake, headphones jack. On the bottom we have a mini HDMI out to support the 8 megapixel front face or rear facing camera with 2 LED flash. The pictures are very nice. I took a picture in a pitch black room and it just turned out you could see everything bright as day, and the quality of the camera is very nice. It's not like 8 megapixels because it compresses a lot, but it is still very good. Best phone camera I've ever seen. Very good speaker, really good loud there. Oh yeah, also it shoots 720p video. It gets very compressed, so it's not nearly as good as you'd think, but it is still, again, the best cell phone video I've ever seen. I'd say this camera could definitely replace. I mean, if you're not an avid picture, if you don't take that many pictures, you're not big on pictures, this could be a perfect substitute for your camera because it shoots such good pictures. Then we have this kickstand, which I think is a little gimmicky, but it's not a big deal because you don't have to use it. But you stand it up if you're watching videos, and you put it down there. Yeah, so we have the USB mini charging port, and side we got rocker buttons here. It's got a 1500 milliamp whatever per hour battery, very good battery, but the Android software really drains it down a lot. I've heard that the battery just is not that good, and I've sort of been noticing that, but I'm gonna probably charge it every night anyway. That's what I did with my old phone, so it doesn't really matter to me. So I guess let's get into the software. So the first thing you see is this is the lock screen. You go down and it'll do that. It'll open up for you. I have the widget up here, so you see the clouds roll by. If it's raining or something, you get like a little windshield wiper, and there's just a lot of cool little effects. I mean, this is basic Android, nothing specific to this phone, but it's a lot nicer with this 4.3-inch screen. Let's see. Got a little apps page, got bookmarks page, Facebook. There's a lot of different. You can do speak to text, speak to search. You can just do anything. You can the Android Market, Mail, I don't really know. There's too much to show you, so I'm just gonna basically go over a few things. Just you got they have the Android app marketplace is very nice because they're not as restricted. They kind of let everything into their little app store, whereas Apple wouldn't allow like emulators and stuff. These Android does, so it's very nice. As well as the whole interface itself, it's a lot more open than Apple has. Like you can have these moving backgrounds. You can just play MP3s, right? You can put MP3s right on the memory card, which I also forgot to mention. There is an 8 gig memory card under the battery. For space constraints, they had to place it there, so it's hard to get at, but you never really need to take it out unless you want to upgrade it or something. But that leaves you a lot of space to mess around with. I'm going to have to end this video quickly, actually, because I'm running on 10 minutes here. But let's just quickly, I'll just show you the internet quick. YouTube browser is pretty cool. But you open it up, you can search. And I'll just show you the keyboard, I guess, we'll just search for Pi. It's a very nice, huge keyboard. I haven't, used this phone too much, but overall it's just really nice. It flies. The processor is awesome. Awesome, nice screen. So yeah, there you go. I had to end it abruptly, but that is the basic overview of the phone. There's so much more. You'll have to check it out. Maybe I'll post some videos later, but yeah. So there it is, HTC Evo 4G.